a very fine boy.
Ever since he was 5 years old, his father beat him up regularly. He used his fists.
Well, so would I. A kid like that?
It's these kids, the way they are nowadays. When I was a kid, I used to call my father Sir. That's right, Sir. You ever hear a kid call his father that anymore?
Fathers don't seem to think it's important anymore.
You got any kids?
3?
I got one. 22 years old. When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw it. I was so embarrassed I almost threw up. I said, I'm going to make a man out of you if I have to break you in two trying. Well, I made a man out of him. When he was 16, we had a fight. Hit me in the jaw, he's a big kid. I haven't seen him for 2 years. Kids. Work your heart out. Now let's get going.
I think we're missing the point here. This boy, let's say he's the product of a broken home and a filthy neighborhood. We can't help that. We're here to decide whether he's innocent or guilty, not to go into the reasons why he grew up the way he did. He was born in a slum. Slums are breeding grounds for criminals. I know it, and so do you. It's no secret children from slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
Brother, you can say that again. The kids who crawl out of these places are real trash. I don't want any part of them, I'm telling you.
I've lived in a slum all my life.
Wait a minute.
Please, I've played in backyards that were filled with garbage. I mean, maybe you can still smell it on me.
Come on now, there's nothing personal
Oh,
about
there
this.
was something personal.
Come on, fella, he didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive. This sensitivity, I can understand.
Listen, you pulled a real bright trick. Now, supposing you tell me what it proves. But what does it mean? You found another knife like it. What's that, the discovery of the age or something? What's interesting about it?
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did the stabbing with exactly the same kind of knife?
The odds are 1,000,000 to 1.
It's possible.
Guilty, 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 guilty. 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 Not guilty.
What do you mean secret? There are no secrets in a jury room. I know who it was. Brother, you really are something. You sit here, vote guilty like the rest of us, then some golden-voiced preacher starts tearing your poor heart out about some underprivileged kid just couldn't help becoming a murderer, and you change your vote. If that isn't the most sickening... Why don't you drop a quarter in this collection box? Why trying to put a guilty man in the chair where he belongs? I got a little excited back there. I didn't mean to get nasty. What made you change your vote?
He didn't change his vote. I did. Would you like me to tell you why?
No, I wouldn't like you to tell me why.
Well, I'd like to make it clear anyway.
Thank you. This gentleman has been standing alone against us. Now, he doesn't say the boy is not guilty. He just isn't sure. Well, it's not easy to stand alone against the ridicule of others, so he gambled for support, and I gave it to him. I respect his motives. Right now, the vote is 10-2. I'm talking here. You have no right to leave this room.
I hear you. Never will. Let's sit down.
But what are you wasting our time for? Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better. This kid is guilty, pal. It's as plain as the nose on your face. So why don't we stop wasting our time here?
Hey, he's guilty for sure. Not a doubt in the whole world. We should have been done already. Oh, I don't mind you. Beats working. Think he's not guilty, huh?
I don't know. It's possible.
If you're wasting your time, you ought to wrap it up.
Supposing you were the one that was on trial.
Supposing you talk us all out of this and Kid really did knife his father, huh?
This isn't a game.
The nerve.
All right, listen,
The
Hayes.
absolute nerve.
All right, forget it. It's not important. You
This
know what
isn't
I
a
mean?
game.
No,
It doesn't
calm
matter.
down.
Who does he think he is?
All right.
Since the woman saw the killing through the last two cars, we can assume that the body hit the floor just as the train went by. Therefore, the train had been roaring by the old man's window a full 10 seconds before the body hit the floor. The old man, according to his own testimony, "I'm going to kill you," body hitting the floor a split second later, would have had to hear the boy make this statement with the yell roaring past his nose. It's not possible he could have heard it.
You're talking about a matter of seconds. Nobody can be that accurate.
Well, I think testimony that could put a boy into the electric chair should be that accurate.
I don't think he could have heard it.
Maybe he didn't hear it. I mean, with all that hell noise.
Well, why should he lie? What's he got to gain?
Attention, maybe.
You keep coming in with these bright sayings. Why don't you send them into a paper? They pay $3 a piece.
What are you talking to him like that for? Guy talks like that to an old man really ought to get stepped on, you know? You ought to have more respect, mister. You say stuff like that to him again, I'm gonna lay you out.
What do you mean, Del? What are you talking about? Didn't the old man see him running out of the house? He's twisting the facts, I'm telling you. Did or didn't the old man see the kid running out of the house at 12:10? Well, did or didn't he?
I'd like to stop wasting time.
We're going to start wading through all that nonsense about where the body was found.
I'm not somebody else wants to, but I'd like to find out if an old man who drags one foot when he walks because he had a stroke last year can get from his bedroom to his front door in 15 seconds.
20 seconds.
He said 15.
He said 20 seconds. What are you trying to distort?
15.
How does he know how long 15 seconds is? You can't judge a thing like that.
He said 15 seconds. He was very positive about it.
He was an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be positive about anything?
Now, you go ahead. You say anything you like. Why do you think the old man might lie?
It was just that I looked at him for a very long time. Seemed the jacket was split under the shoulder. Oh, did you notice that? I mean, to come to court like that. He was a very old man in a torn jacket. And he walked very slowly to the stand. He was dragging his left leg and trying to hide it because he was ashamed. I think I know this man better than anyone here. This is a quiet, frightened, insignificant old man who has been nothing all his life, who has never had recognition or his name in the newspapers. Nobody knows him. Nobody quotes him. Nobody seeks his advice after 75 years. Gentlemen, that's a very sad thing to mean nothing. A man like this needs to be quoted, to be listened to be quoted just once. Very important to him. It'd be so hard for him to recede into the background.
Oh, wait a
When
minute.
there
What
was
are
a
you
chance-
trying to do? Tell us he'd lie just so he could be important once?
No, he wouldn't really lie, but perhaps he made himself believe he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
That's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How can you make up a thing like that? What do you know about it?
Supposing he really did hear it. This phrase, how many times have all of us used it? Probably thousands. I could kill you for that, darling. Junior, you do that once more and I'm gonna kill you. Get in there, Rocky, and kill. I say it every day. That doesn't mean we're really gonna kill him.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to give us here? The phrase was, "I'm going to kill you." The kid yelled it at the top of his lungs. Don't tell me you didn't mean it. Anybody says a thing like that the way he said it, they mean it. Now listen, this guy's trying to make you believe things that aren't so. The kid said he was going to kill him, and he did kill him.
Let me ask you this. Do you really think the boy'd shout out a thing like that so the whole neighborhood could hear him? I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Bright. He's a common, ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Vote is 9-3, favor of guilty.
Oh, if this isn't the living end. Huh? What are you basing it on? Stories this guy made up? You ought to write for one of those kooky detective magazines. You'd make a fortune. For crying out loud, the kid's own lawyer knew he didn't stand a chance. Right from the beginning, his own lawyer knew it. You could see it. Boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, this guy here is really something. Look, the kid had a lawyer, didn't he? He presented his case, not you. How come you got so much to say?
Look, lawyers aren't infallible, you know.
Now, what's that supposed to
Well,
mean?
it could mean a lot of things. It could mean he didn't want the case, or he resented being appointed. It's the kind of case that brings you nothing. No money, no glory, not even much chance of winning. That's not a very promising situation for a young lawyer. He'd really have to believe in his client to put up any kind of a good case, and as you pointed out a minute ago, obviously he didn't.
Oh, of course he didn't. Well, who the heck could? That maybe some guy's mother is somebody.
Maybe the boy did kill his father. Didn't hear the scream, did run out in a panic, did calm down 3 hours later and come back to get the knife, risking being caught by the police. Maybe all of those things happened, but maybe they didn't. I think there's enough doubt that we can wonder whether he was there at all during the time the killing took place. It's possible.
I don't see what you're going to prove here. The man said he saw the boy running out.
Well, let's see if the details bear him out. As soon as the body hit the floor, he said he heard footsteps upstairs running toward the front door. Heard the upstairs door open, the footsteps start down the stairs. He said he got to his own front door as fast as he could, and he swore it couldn't have been more than 15 seconds. Now, if the killer began running immediately, maybe he did. The old man said he did.
Well, you ought to be at Atlantic City at that hair splitters convention.
Hey, why don't you stop making smart remarks all the time?
Oh, my friend, for your $3 a day,
All right,
you
now
have to
you
listen
got
to
that thing
everything.
in here. What about it? All right, here's the apartment where the killing took place. The old man's apartment was directly beneath and exactly the same. Here are the L tracks, the bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom. Here's the hall. Here the stairs. The old man was in this bedroom right here. He says he crossed to the door and walked down the hall, opened the front door just in time to see the boy running down the stairs. Am I right so far?
That's the story for the 19th time.
15 seconds after the body hit the floor.
Correct.
Now let's see, it's 12 feet from the bed to the door. The hall is 43 feet. He would have had to walk 12 feet, open the bedroom door, walk 43 feet down and open the front door, all in 15 seconds. You think he could have done it?
Sure he could have done it. He can walk only very slowly. They had to help him into the witness chair.
You make it sound like a long walk.
For an old man who had a stroke, it is a long walk.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm going to try it, see how long it took him.
What do you mean you want to try it? Why didn't his lawyer bring it up of its own force?
Maybe he just didn't think about it.
What do you mean didn't think of it? To think a man's an idiot or something? It's an obvious thing.
Did you think of it?
Listen, smart guy, don't matter whether I thought of it. He didn't bring it up because he knew it had hurt his case. What do you think of that?
Maybe he didn't bring it up because it would have meant bullying and badgering a helpless old man. You know that doesn't sit very well with a jury. Most lawyers avoid it if they can.
So what kind of a bum is he then?
That's what I've been asking, buddy. Pass me that chair, will you? Those two chairs are the old man's bed. I just paced off 12 feet across the room. This will be the bedroom door.
Oh, that's crazy. You can't recreate a thing like that. I would like to see
it's
it.
43 feet. I'll pace from that wall and back again.
Look, this is absolutely insane. What are you wasting everybody's time in here for?
According to you, it'll only take 15 seconds. Now, we can spare that, see?
Come on, knock it off.
Okay, killer. Yeah.
Will you stand right there and mark the front door? It was chain locked according to the testimony, remember? Has anybody got a watch for the second hand?
I have.
You want me to start? Stamp your foot? That'll be the body falling. You can tie me from there.
What are we going to do, play charades now?
Come on.
Okay, all right.
What are we waiting for?
Well, I want to wait till the second hand reaches 60.
Oh, come on.
Come on, speed it up. He can walk twice as fast as that.
You want me to walk faster than that? I will. Lock, door, stop.
Right.
What's the time?
Exactly 41 seconds.
Just like they happened. The old man heard the fight between the boy and his father a few hours earlier. Then when he's lying in his bed, he heard a body hit the floor in the boy's apartment, heard the woman scream from across the street, got to his front door as fast as he could, heard somebody racing down the stairs, and assumed it was the boy.
I think that's possible.
Assume! Brother, I've seen all kinds of dishonesty in my day, but this little display takes the cake. You all come in here with your hearts bleeding all over the floor about slum kids and injustice. You listen to some fairy tale. Suddenly you start getting through to some of these old ladies. Well, you're not getting through to me. I've had enough. What's the matter with you guys? You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our fingers? Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch.
For this kid, you bet I would.
I feel sorry for you. What it must feel like to want to pull the switch. Ever since you walked into this room, you've been acting like a self-appointed public avenger. You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Kill him, Kill him!
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?